Hey guys, welcome back to Gunpla News, episode 20 for June 2016. This is the last part, part 5. We're going to be going over some featured kits. So I've got some really cool stuff to share with you guys this month for the featured kits. So hope you're looking forward to this. The first thing is I have an HG Methesse Custom build by kobopanda. So it's a Methus custom build. I didn't say that twice. It's separate. The name of it is Methus Custom. Really cool here. This is like almost an entirely scratch built kit. As you can see, there is one picture here. You can see that there of kind of work in progress, and it seems a couple of those parts are like the head seems to be from like a Rezel, and like the arms seem to be from a Gundam Mark II. It looks like, and then the feet, I think those are maybe from something else as well, even like Silver Bullet possibly, or something. Not quite sure, but there's some parts from kits, but the majority looks like 80% of this kit is just scratch built, which is really cool. And when it's painted, it looks amazing. The Methesse is a design that I've never really been too much of a fan of, but this one obviously is really cool. I really like all the cloth piping that he's got inside there. I think that's cloth. Anyway, looks like, I think it's cloth, yeah. Up like under the torso and in the waist section there. Just the paint scheme is really cool. Just this straight gray like that, and just these couple little bits of blue in there, and then on the shoulders like the jewel parts that he's got there on the shoulders look really nice. The painting on the thrusters on the back, it's all in this like matte gray, like tones of matte gray and white, and then like the thruster bells on the backpack are in a really nice tone of like bronze color. Really beautiful kit here. I just love all like the square angles of it and everything. Yeah, very unique. The legs, to be honest, the legs are like really boxy, and I like the look of that, but I think in comparison to the arms, they look quite different. So like you can tell like that the arms are like from a kit and the legs are scratch built. The legs look scratch built. They look a little bit much less detailed, or much less kind of going on there. So I mean, I know that kind of fits the design actually, so I'm not like really against that, but the legs do kind of stand out a little bit, I think. But the majority of the pictures here we have are like from like the thighs up, so kind of interesting though there about that. And I love that backpack on there. Is really cool. Everything's all like square angled except for like the side skirts and then the backpack, which is really cool. So this is a really nice kit. I'm really a fan of the work done here. A lot of really cool, nice details on that and everything, so really nicely done. Next thing is an HG Zaku II High Mobility Test Type Custom Build by Shop. And this one is, again, really cool. I'm not sure actually what he used for the base kit for this, because we don't have any work in progress photos, but I think this is just a heavily modified like old kit, like a 1980s kit, and just like a lot of it's really modified, and he's also scratch built some bits for this. Like the rifle itself looks like it's just like customized. The backpack is obviously customized. He's added that like stabilizer kind of camera thing on there, which is really interesting. You can see that like that white thing on there. I'm guessing that's just supposed to be like some like thing for stabilization, or just like monitoring the output of the mobile suit or something like that, as it's a test form. Just really cool markings, really cool color schemes. I really like just like the overall like feel of this. It's really not like detailed. It doesn't have like all these really tiny details. A lot of the parts just have like not very much detail at all, which I'm definitely a fan of. I think some stuff looks good when it has tons of details, but some stuff just looks better when it just has very few details. So things like this, like the Zaku's head, just looks like really plain, and the chest and the shoulder just look really plain. Not a lot of details on there at all, but I really like the look of it. It has a lot of style to this kit, so that's definitely something I'm a fan of. The red color is beautiful, I think. The color on the shield, he has that part to attach the bazooka onto the shield. It's like in like that like greenish gray color. I love the color of that too, and how it's like different from everything else on the kit. The white part on the backpack, that thing I was talking about, whatever that is, he's got LEDs in the light the LED is in the mono eye and in the crotch there. So just overall, I just really in love with this kit. It's just really striking, I think. So it's got great style. That's what I like to see in a kit. So that's good. Next thing is another HG Zaku II. This is the Thunderbolt Custom build by Air 4. So this is basically the Thunderbolt Zaku II, but it's been customized here a bit. Obviously, it has the Origins Zaku II rifle. So it has the long rifle from the HG Origins kit. And then for the articulated arms on the backpack, he has custom built those, because the ones that come with the kit are not actually movable at all. But he's gone ahead and custom built those. I think using the, what he's done is he used like the mechanical arms from the Power to GM cardigan, I want to say. That's what it looks like. And he's just like customized them a bit so that they look more like how they're supposed to look for the Gundam Thunderbolt here. I could be wrong about that, but that's what it looks like to me anyway. Just really beautifully painted here. You can see it's just slightly weathered, and that looks really nice. The chest is customized as well. He's added thrusters there in the chest, a little bit more like the high mobility type Zaku II, the Psycho Zaku there is more similar to that. He's switched up the shield and the spiked shoulder are like opposite, and the shield's customized as well. Customization on the front skirts, and yeah, a lot of stuff on there is looking really cool. I think it looks like he maybe did some customization on the piping as well, and I think like on the joint covers, this looks to be reworked a little bit as well. So with all of these kits, I would highly recommend you guys to go check the information in the link down below. In the information section of the video, I have links to all of these featured kits. You can go there and take a closer look at the pictures. This one I would highly recommend you go, all of them as well, but this one too. Go check out the link and check out these images closer up so you can really see all the details and stuff, and all like just the small things that make this kit really nice. I think if you just saw this from afar, you'd be like, oh, this is just a Thunderbolt Zaku. But when you look at it closely, you can see there's a lot done to this kit, and I think it really looks great. We're not done with the Zakus yet. We are going to have 2 more Zakus actually. This one is a 1/72 scale Char's Zaku II Mechanic Mode, a custom build by Pooh. This one is that really old kit that was like half clear. So it was like kind of like a master grade, but of like an old kind. So if you imagine like a 1980s master grade basically. So like it had like inner frame like on one side, but it wasn't like all movable and everything. It was just there just for detail, just for show basically. So what he's done is, I think from what I can tell, is take that kit and just like detail it up like a lot more. So it has like just tons of detail inside that inner frame part, just like all these little wires and things he's added, and all this stuff looks really great. Added like wires inside the commander antenna even. All this little extra piping and stuff, and like he's got the pilot figure seated inside, and he used so LED in the mono eye, and then this other lighting system that I'm trying to remember the word. I forget the word for this, but with the clear wires that go in the light, feeds through the wires, and it's a really simple word. I just can't remember off the top of my head at the moment. Anyway, but he's using that to put some lights in the cockpit as well, and the lights in the cockpit look absolutely amazing. I know Sorry Factory is currently working on that, and I'm sure other people as well, but Sorry Kim, Sorry Factory is also working on that on his 1/35 scale core fighter, which looks really amazing too. So this is just looking really cool here. I think this would be an amazing display piece, and I'm sure if he hasn't sold this yet, he could sell that for quite a fair amount of money, which would be nice, because that looks like a really nice kit there. Next is the HGUC Neo Zeong diorama by SergeantKakehi. We've really only got a couple pictures of this, and so it's hard to see a lot of like really close up details of it, but we can see some. And I mean, it's a huge kit, so there's obviously going to be a lot going on there. And he's actually built a small diorama around the base of it as well, which looks really cool. It's like in like a hangar sort of. There's like some work being done there at the bottom, and so this has to be absolutely huge. Obviously, of course, it's huge. What I love about this is the color scheme. I mean, obviously, he's done a lot to add a lot of little details on there. So like the actual mobile suit itself, or mobile armor itself, is detailed up, And the details, from what we can see in the pictures here, look amazing. I would love to see more close-ups of this, so it's a shame that there aren't more on this site. I'll have to try to find another website of his or something that has more close-up images. But aside from all the details, and aside from how awesome the diorama is as well, the diorama around the bottom looks fantastic. Aside from that, I just really like the color scheme of this. It's just really cool, like light lavender and like the bright orange for like some other parts there as well. We can see some parts, like especially on the back skirt, it's like super detailed up in like the one little section there. It's like kind of under the armor. So really like this. All the fingers there. I love this shade of color used for inner frames. It seems like over the past couple of years, it's kind of a little bit of a trend, mostly in Japan, it seems like, to use this type of color for inner frames, and I would like to do it more too. I just haven't really got around to it. But it's sort of like a sort of light yellowish beige kind of color to use for like mechanical stuff inside, and I really quite like that. So he's got that, and then like it looks like some metal detail parts there at the ends of each of the fingers as well. So just looks really cool. I'm sure this is the most creative Neo Zeong kit that I've seen as well, and probably my favorite just because it's so unique and it's not just a big huge red mass, right? But looks really cool though. I really quite like that. And the last thing here is another big kit is the 1/48 scale, the mega size Zaku II mass production type custom build by this characters. I don't know how I'm supposed to read that, but he's Chinese, I believe. I could be wrong about that too. Again, I'm sorry if that's not correct, but anyway, this kit is really amazing. We had a chat, me and the Gunpla Talk guys, about this kit because we saw it and we were talking about this. The weathering on this is amazing, especially the paint chipping on this. You can see in some of these detail images here, the paint chipping on all of it is just really good. It's really nice, and just the weathering in general, like I said, and just all this stuff, everything that's detailed up. We had, among the guys and we had a in-depth discussion about the scratches on the top of the leg. Here you can see in this picture of the leg. At the top of the leg there's scratches, which would be like where the front skirt armor scratches the front of the thigh. We were discussing whether that would actually happen or not. It seems like that armor and like the leg armor, the skirt armor and the leg armor would be designed in a way that they would move like in unison, so that when the suit's walking or running around doing whatever, that the skirt armor is not constantly banging into that, because that would damage eventually damage the armor there on the leg. But I don't know, we kind of came to the conclusion that in extreme circumstances, like it's jumping or in battle or something like that, even if it has that kind of programming in the way that the armor moves, that it would still eventually bang into the thigh armor at some point. Anyway, so it's interesting. We're having a big discussion about that. But that's the kind of thing that you can get into when you've got kits that are such nicely detailed like this. Because I think just everywhere on this, his placement for where things are weathered and where paint's chipped and everything like that is really well thought out. I think it's clear that he definitely spent a lot of time thinking out exactly where everything should be weathered. And again, just the paint chipping on this is great. I really recommend you guys to check out, if any of these kits that I've talked about today, if you go check out the link and go look at the kit more in detail, for any of these, look at this one and look at the detail images, because you can see it's a really great reference for how to weather your kits just based on just looking at this, and you can see. And if you know about how kind of basically chipping is done, I don't know exactly his technique, but I can guess what the technique is just based on the way that I know how to do it and how most people do it. I am obviously nowhere near this good at it, but I can guess basically the techniques that he's used here. So again, just looks really nice. One small thing that I do not really like about this kit is the Zeon emblem on it. It has on the front skirt and on the back skirt, it has that kind of Zeon emblem there. It's not a decal, it's like that raised P. So it's like a builder's part set, I think. That's what that's from. I don't really care for that. I don't really usually like seeing those on kits. Sometimes people use those on kits, and I don't think I've ever really seen those on a kit when it's really appealed to me personally. I just don't really like the look of them. I think it's like a cool idea, but like actually in use, it just doesn't really appeal to me personally. But That's just the one thing about this kit that I don't like. But everything else about it is absolutely amazing. So really, really love this, and that's why I saved it for last, because it's just a really, really nice kit. So definitely go and check that out, guys. Look at that in more detail, and just sort of, you could spend a long time just sort of studying that, and definitely considering, you know, how everything's done, and it gives you a lot to think about there. So with that, I'll let you guys think about that more, and I'm going to wrap up this month's episode of Gunpla News. Thank you guys for watching. Gonna have a lot of stuff coming up. I have still a bunch of reviews to catch up on. I've just gotten a bunch of kits in from the month of June, so a bunch of June release kits I'm gonna start reviewing here for you guys. I'm gonna be trying to wrap up the Ari Ifrit, painting that, and I need to give you guys a final look at my HGUC kit. The HGUC is done. I just need to finish painting the pilot figure, and I'll be sharing that with you guys. So look forward to seeing some completed work of mine here pretty soon, and a bunch more reviews and all that fun stuff too. So see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.